In order to pay for her education, Lucy, a college student, had to work multiple jobs every day. She worked as a waitress in a restaurant and as a temp worker in charge of printing. However, her income from these jobs was insufficient, so she even sell her body. At night, Lucy meets a young girl in a bar and follows her to a middle-aged man where they choose their partners for the evening. Lucy follows the same pattern as all the young girls who sell their bodies. Despite her hectic days, Lucy seems accustomed to her current lifestyle and worries about the high rent. Also, her boyfriend is in a hospital bed and her mother is a daily alcoholic. Lucy even had to follow others to get on the subway. When Lucy read a modeling job advertisement in the newspaper one day, she didn't think twice about going to the interview. A middle-aged woman welcomed her. Lucy was envious of Claire because of her manner and apparent decency. After that, Claire got right into the interview, requiring Lucy to undress and undergo an examination because the task. A male butler then entered and continued examining her body, noting that a model should not have any scars or burns. Fortunately, Lucy had clear, soft skin, so she easily got through the interview. Lucy had a new identity. She visited a beauty salon for skincare, even getting her entire body waxed. Lucy began to slack off when she was working as a temp, getting acquainted with the procedures of modeling at her boyfriend's house at night. One night Lucy shows up in front of some elite men in high places wearing nothing but a pair of underpants, but these men were all elderly, at least 60 years old. Lucy's job is to pour their drinks. She gets paid well for the evening. Having lived there, she looked at the pile of money on the table, seemed proud, and wanted to burn it to see what color it was. From that point on, she neglected her serious part-time job. She never rode the bus but instead wore a cap when she went out, and as a result, Lucy developed a strong dislike for the wages from her hard part-time job at the bottom of the social scale. As Lucy grew more accustomed to working as a waitress, she was able to pay for her boyfriend's treatment and rehab. Lucy used all of her savings to treat her boyfriend, but she also needed a higher-paying job. Lucy used the butler's car to drive to a suburban home, and as soon as she got out, she noticed a woman dragging her exhausted friend along. Lucy was afraid at first, but she quickly forgot about it after realizing how much money she was making. Before taking a shower and having Clara prepare her a bowl of tea, Lucy just lies in bed after drinking the tea. She may feel extremely exhausted for a few hours after she wakes up due to the medication's negative effects, but she won't suffer any physical injury. After that, Dane walks amen. He belongs to the upper class, elite group. The next day, Lucy is just concerned with how much she made. She doesn't care about what happened the night before. Lucy grew increasingly accustomed to her work over time, and numerous elderly men would visit her in bed as soon as she dozed off. She didn't know what was going on while she was lying in bed because some influential people believed that Lucy was just a beautiful body with a weak soul. Lucy moved from a modest cottage to a large, luxurious apartment, and she no longer fears the painful days when she doesn't have money. Instead, she stares down at the view from a high-rise point. One night Lucy ASACE took the sleeping pills and fell asleep quickly. These elderly men are wealthy, influential, and of a higher class than she was during her 10 years of office work. They come here in order to satisfy their perverted desires. After Clara left, the old man couldn't wait to take off his clothes. Lucy went back and suddenly felt very uncomfortable. There were marks of burns on her body for no apparent reason. The more she saw about it, the more bizarre it got. The next strange thing was that when she got to her boyfriend's house, her boyfriend ended his life because he couldn't stand the pain and suffering. Though Lucy was devastated, life went on. She is no longer in charge of her boyfriend's medical expenses, so she is not required to perform the same tasks as Sleeping Beauty, but she can't help but be curious. One day, Lucy got a job that required her to sleep through the night. On the way, she felt sick, even queasy. Lucy asked Claire to tell her what happened after she fell asleep, but Claire said it was a confidential job and she could not disclose information about her clients. Lucy was left with no option but to remove the camera from her mouth while she was still conscious. She then got out of bed and placed the camera a short distance away. The following day, Lucy noticed that the old man was not feeling well, so she gave him artificial respiration. Fortunately, Lucy woke up and discovered that the old man was lying next to her. This is when Lucy realized what she had been doing for the past few days. Lucy was devastated and could only scream heartlessly. Lucy realized that she was being violated step by step rather than having her living space improved.
Please subscribe for more movie